Over the course of 11 years, Jean Béliveau walked 75,000 kilometers around the entire globe. His journey required pitching tents in extreme weather and occasionally spending the night in a local jail cell just to have a roof over his head. Most of us aren't looking to circumnavigate the Earth, but even trying to hit the daily goals buzzing on our wrists can feel like a chore. Activity trackers often demand a massive, unbroken streak of steps, making the simple act of walking feel intimidating. That famous 10,000-step benchmark you see on almost every device, it isn't a strict biological requirement. It actually started as a marketing campaign and stuck around as an arbitrary standard. The reality is much more forgiving. Research shows that adding even a modest, incremental amount of walking to your daily routine triggers profound physical changes. You don't need a grueling endurance regimen to see results. The real impact comes from small, compounding adaptations that begin the very second you start moving. Take a single afternoon stroll and your brain reacts almost instantly. A brisk walk triggers the release of pain-relieving endorphins throughout your nervous system. This chart shows the dual chemical response in your brain as you walk. As those endorphins surge, the line tracking the stress hormone cortisol steadily drops, which directly eases symptoms of anxiety and depression. Keep up that routine for a few weeks, and the sheer energy required to coordinate the many muscles in your legs, torso, and back forces your entire body to adapt. To meet that new energy demand, the vessels surrounding those muscle groups are physically remodeled. They branch out and expand their capacity to deliver a much higher volume of oxygen. With a wider, more robust network in place, your heart doesn't have to work as hard. It pumps blood much more efficiently, actively lowering your blood pressure and significantly reducing your risk for a heart attack. Walking essentially acts as an automatic biological upgrade. It physically rewires your cardiovascular system to run on less effort. The mechanical motion of walking also impacts your skeleton. Every time you take a step, you are carrying your own body weight, which places direct physical stress on your bones. This diagram reveals how that mechanical stress is actually a massive benefit. When that downward force presses on the structure, it acts as a trigger, stimulating the bone to absorb calcium and vital minerals. Retaining that bone density over decades helps stave off age-related decline. But the habit goes further. By regulating metabolic function and maintaining the efficient blood flow to the brain we discussed earlier, long-term walkers see significantly lower rates of type 2 diabetes and dementia. You don't need to block out hours at a gym to trigger these changes. You can accumulate these biological benefits incidentally over the course of a normal day. Incidental steps happen automatically when you walk to the office, pick up groceries, or head down the block to meet a friend. In highly walkable neighborhoods, this movement is naturally integrated into the environment. The human body evolved to harvest its long-term structural health directly from ambient daily movement, rather than from isolated bursts of exercise. If our bodies are designed to thrive on this kind of continuous, casual movement, why is it so incredibly hard for most people to actually take a walk? Over the last century, local governments have systematically engineered urban environments that oppose human biology. They have overwhelmingly prioritized funding and land for massive roadways over sidewalks and public parks. Strict zoning laws physically isolate residential neighborhoods from commercial districts. Often, the only way to get from your home to a grocery store is by navigating a high-speed, pedestrian-hostile, multi-lane road. But behavior shifts rapidly when cities prioritize speed over tires. In 2013, officials in Vancouver took a 2-kilometer stretch of road and converted it into the Comox-Helmken Greenway. They reclaimed the space entirely for pedestrians and cyclists. This bar chart displays the immediate impact of that single infrastructure change. Residents living nearby reduced their daily car trips by 23%, and that shift correlated directly with a 21% cut in personal greenhouse gas emissions. The benefits even extend to macro-level psychology. In a study of seniors living in high-density areas of Hong Kong, those in highly walkable neighborhoods consistently reported less loneliness and significantly higher overall life satisfaction. Reshaping our urban environment to accommodate human biology is entirely possible. By building spaces that invite us to walk, we transform a biological requirement into a public health solution that yields cleaner air and stronger, more connected communities with every step.